Welcome to Sideline and Baseline with MB and Klew.
Klew.
What's going on, y'all? We're a little late. That's all on me. MB was waiting on me, man. I'm trying to get it together. Still trying to get it together as far as computer. Finally got another one nailed down just to but you know that setup process is a monster. So so just going through that as well. We appreciate y'all stopping through and coming to holler at us, pulling up, hollering at us because you know us, man. And we just thank you guys for coming through tonight. What's going on, y'all? So MB, man, a lot of sport being played. Football. Actually, on a whole nother tip, basketball kind of tip. Man, LeBron James is doing it big. I saw the interview with him and Barack Obama. Of course, you know my favorite channel, MB, YouTube. So, okay. So I went out running this morning, and I always definitely love to listen to stuff. And I'm pretty much not that big of a music guy, y'all. So I love listening to like videos and stuff like that of people talking, and I love learning and seeing, watching or not really watching while I'm running, but listening to interesting things. And LeBron interviewed actually it was Maverick Carter doing the interview, and he interviewed LeBron and Barack, and I was like, wow. Hey, that's huge. Yeah. And they actually went over, MB, the conversation that, and we mentioned this on the show when they were talking about ending the playoffs, and the Milwaukee Bucks boycotted that game.
Right.
And then they said the NBA Players Association basically had a emergency meeting right there in the bubble.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They called a man. They called Barack. And right. They actually relived the meeting, man. It was pretty cool. And Barack just, kind of said that, what the advice that he gave them, and it was to go ahead and use their pulpit, right. Use that the stage that they had, exactly, right. And play, and that would definitely give you, direction or give you the limelight to shine even a brighter light on the topic. But then he said, hey, that's just the beginning. The work still has to be done, and you guys need to be setting up things to continue the work. And guess what? When you win whatever that issue you're fighting against, right then you have to regroup and start fighting again, because it's not going to end. So right. It's really impressive to me how he went back with civil rights and used the voting rights. He said African Americans trying to receive voting rights is what got him involved in politics and made him really want to go that route. And he specified John Lewis as being a hero of his. And he was just talking about how they did the work. They fought, they achieved, and then they went right back to start doing the work. And he was like, he compared it to LeBron. He was like, y'all just won the championship.
Right. I was just thinking that.
And guess what you got to do? Yep. You got to start all over.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that. When you was explaining, I was like, man, it sounds like a lot like sport, where you got to move on to the next game. The season over. I remember my junior year at UM, we just won a national championship. Mm-hmm. And immediately, like, we did the Cardinal sin, we started talking about the next year. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just short-lived. It's one of those things where you look back when you retire and you celebrate, right? But right. When you in it, you going from, the Bible say, from faith to faith, to glory to glory. You going on to the next thing, And so, yeah, when you was describing that before you even articulate the last part where he said that about LeBron is like winning the championship, yeah, it put me in that same mindset,
Wow. So I just thought, of course, that's off the cuffs. I don't know. MB and I definitely pray before we get on here, so I don't even know why that was. I was led to go that route. That wasn't even in our plans, but I thought about it. Thought it was, I don't know, relevant for whatever reason.
Well, you know what? It's a quote that says that success is not a destination; it's a journey.
Right.
Anytime you're dealing with human rights and you're dealing in that type of arena, it's always a journey, man. That you're gonna have your ebbs and flows, your pit stops and whatnot, and you just got to keep moving, man, because it's always changing, you know.
Well, what's going on, cuz Calvin? What's good, baby? Well, guess what? It's your favorite segment and ours as well. He's a problem, and it's been a few problems around here, y'all. MB, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. You know, one thing, if you believe the press clippings before the season started, Ole Miss, you thought they had a problem and definitely had a problem at a quarterback. But man, it seemed like, man, Lane Kiffin is doing his thing, man, and you saw what he did against Alabama,
right?
Took them to the brink, man. And he got a trigger man down there, quarterback Matt Corral, Ole Miss, 31 for 34. 31.
Wow. 3 misses?
4. Yes, for 412 yards and 6 touches, 6 touchdowns, man.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Vandy, 54-21. I know it's Vandy, but golly, he's a problem.
Yes, sir.
When you throwing up those type of numbers, man, putting it together, man. Hey, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, man, they doing it right. Matt Corral doing his thing, man.
Listen, another problem. You mentioned Bama. You mentioned Lane Kiffin. Well, Devonta Smith, Alabama wide receiver, 11 catches. That's right. I said 1-1. 11 catches. MB, 203 yards.
Good Lord.
4 touches. Listen, it was embarrassing. Bro, MB, I think the DB or a couple DBs talked some trash during the game because every time that joker was killing him, MB,
be talking to him.
He didn't even talk. And you know it's worse than that, did. He turned around and just looked at him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I was watching the game and I saw, you know how we do. We this game, that game, this game, and that game, because obviously we want to talk about it. So we want to say we touched, a lot of games. Man, I saw 2 of the touchdowns and it was ugly. It'll be like, he was like, look back at the dude like Devonta Smith, he's a problem.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I know this next guy, man, he's been a problem. He's a problem to my Hurricanes, man. He's consistently been a problem since he's been in the ACC, man. Just became the all-time leading rusher in the ACC. My man, number 9, Travis Etienne, man, getting it done. Especially when Trevor Lawrence was out the game, obviously didn't play the game, had a freshman at quarterback, man. Usually they say the tight end is the quarterback best friend on offense, but nah, man, when you got a workhorse like Travis Etienne getting it down, man, had 84 yards rushing for 1 touch, had 7 catches, right, 140 yards with 1 touch, and then on top of that, and I say, man, if I'll use him in everything. Man, they also had a kickoff return for 40 yards, man, for a total of 264 total yards from scrimmage. I had to redo my math, man. I almost forgot my man 40 yards on the kickoff return. But, man, this dude, man, it just reminded me of and I'm not saying he's there yet, but because this dude's a bad dude, but the way they using him, especially complete game, is like put me a Marshall Faulk, man. Running down the sideline, out the backfield, receive out the backfield, getting it done, man. And he is getting it done. And, hey, all year, all his career, he's a problem. Yep. Travis Etienne, number 9, holding it down, man.
Man, awesome, man. Number 1 in the ACC now, all-time rushing. And I pulled up those guys. That's a group of guys, man. It's a group of guys you pull up. And surprisingly, man, Clemson, he's the 3rd Clemson back in top 10. So yeah. Clemson got some backs back there. And you would think, at one time, Miami was running back right. And those guys' names aren't mixed in that. Large part is because they probably only stayed 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. And we
wasn't going to let you get away with that either. it's a few 3-year guys in there too.
Yeah.
Like Lamont Jordan, he's in there. He was a 3-year guy. It was like about 3 guys that I looked through, and I was like, dang, he's still in here? He only played 3 years. So that was impressive too. Guess what? He's a problem. Jake Funk, Maryland running back.
The Funk, baby.
45-44 victory, a barn burner. Running back had 216 yards, 1 touch, only 1 touch, but 216, MB? Yeah. Listen, I don't care who.
That's a lot of moving chains right there, baby.
But give him the rock, bro.
Yeah.
My boy, Maroon Dog Scotty Montgomery down there as an OC at Maryland, man. Listen, he was able to put a game together, man. And hopefully Maryland starts to roll. But Jake Funk brought the funk. MB. He's a problem.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, man, I ain't know your boy Montgomery there. Yeah, they also had a little baby tour. He was doing his thing, man. You know, had I think 5 touches. That's who had all the touchdowns. But, you know, I'm going to go defensive side. You know, I was thinking about going to it, but I got to go defense, baby. Defense. Hey, and show some love to the LBs, man. And my man Charles Snowden from Virginia upset North Carolina, man, in a little shootout. My man had 10 tackles, 4 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble, man. He was in the backfield all day making it happen, man, putting that pressure on Sam Howell in North Carolina, man. That joker, Snowden, hey, I know firsthand, too. They played Miami, and he's a problem. Also in the back, I know with the tackle, outside linebacker, double-digit tackles, man, 3-4 scheme, man. He's getting it done, man. 4 sacks, unbelievable, bro.
Wow. Shifting gears a little bit, you know, that was the little boy problems. There's some big boy problems. NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I said it. Patrick Mahomes, 416 yards, 5 touches, 144 QBR. Listen, he gets it done, and we already knew he was a problem. Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champ. We knew he was gonna be a problem, and I think this is his 3rd time he's been a problem with us. Patrick Mahomes, he's a problem.
Patrick Mahomes, so that's that commercial, man. Hey, well, I know this one cat, man. I'm showing some love to my linebacker, baby. Hey, coached him at Seattle Seahawks, man. Pro Bowl, All-Pro, middle linebacker, Bobby the Hitman Wagner, a.k.a. Wags, right? Getting it done for the Seattle Seahawks. Had 11 tackles, right? 3 tackle for losses and 2 sacks, all right? 2 sacks from the middle linebacker position, right?
That's ridiculous.
Not outside linebacker, 3-4, right? And Seattle normally don't blitz a lot, but when they do, right, he's a problem, right? In the blitz game, getting it done, man. Sideline to sideline to baseline linebacker.
Yes, sir.
Done, man. Hey, making those tackles, my man Bobby, Hitman Wags getting it done, man. He's a problem.
Yes, sir. Another problem, man. This should have been my pick, man. I should have went against the grain after Chicago let me down. Now, they let me down at OT, but they let me down anyhow. Listen, Dalvin Cook, man, Minnesota Vikings been struggle city all year. I thought Green Bay will walk in there and just blow them away. Dalvin Cook had another thing to say about it, another one of them all-time top rushers that only played 3 years in the ACC. That name in there, Dalvin Cook, 163 yards, 3 touches. They just gave that thing to him. He touched it like 31 times. So they figured it out. They said, Kurt, who is Dalvin time, just get that thing to Dalvin. Everybody else throwing 30 times. We gonna run 30 times, okay? So they just kept, and if you don't know what this motion, what I'm doing, I'm playing quarterback and I'm handing that thing off to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. That you can't go wrong when you playing quarterback. You handing that thing off to the left and the right. Dalvin Cook, he's a problem.
No doubt. Hey, another problem, showing some love from a hometown team, man. Hey, they won, so instead of my uncle calling them the Mullets, call them the Dolphins, and they getting it done on defense and special team. And this, I want to give a shout out for special team. Used to be a special team coordinator, so I definitely got love for special team. And not only that, I should have put the punter, because the punter had like 9 punts, man, and 5 of them was inside the 20. So again, making the Rams go the long distance. But one guy that definitely helped out with the field position was Grant, and also he put some points on the board. He had 1 kickoff return for 45 yards. Another 1 punt return for 88 yards and a touch. So he took it to the house, baby, for a combined 133 yards in total return yards. Jakeem Grant getting it done, man. He's a problem.
Yes, sir. Awesome, man. Listen, and we got to come up with a name with him because we had Calvin Johnson was Megatron. This dude, he built like another Megatron. He a little bigger than Megatron. What is he? Optimus Prime?
Yeah, he is. He's a pain in a lot of people's butt, man.
Hey, Optimus Prime right here. DK Optimus Prime Metcalf, baby. 13 catches, 161 yards, and 2 touches. Listen, I really believe he has not even scratched the surface with his abilities. I mean, when he did all what he did, 2 years ago now at the Combine, we was like, woo. Hopefully he ain't no another play look like Tarzan, play like Jay.
Right.
That ain't the deal.
Right.
And he's learning to be more of a route runner and a finesse type player, which he really want to play Debo out there. But he's learning how to play the receiver position because he was green, he was raw. And I think Russell Wilson, you got to tip your hat off to him, has done a great job. He's had every offseason, he's been hanging out with Russell to get cleaned up.
Let Russ cook, baby. Let Russ cook. And you're right. And think about it. His dad played in the NFL as well, Metcalf, but he was an offensive lineman. So, hey, how about that, man? Hey, but one segment, we're going to switch from he's a problem to, man, they clowning, man. They clowning. And he was clowning. This dude, I know you saw the game last night, man, with Chicago Bears versus New Orleans Saints, man. And my man, Chicago Bears win, man, number 83. I don't know what he was doing. He like old school, like, you know how you take off your glove and you slap somebody with it and like I challenge you to a duel. He pulled the dude mouthpiece off, punched the dude on the chin, right? Missed him, and then I hit him. I'm like, what's going on with this dude, right?
But
he's clowning, man.
It was a situation where he was like, when the dude pointed in his face and poked.
That wasn't him. It wasn't him. That's what Miller. That was his teammate Miller. He didn't. That's what I initially thought. I said, that's what he thought, though. That's what I thought initially, but it wasn't him, Klew. That wasn't the dude. That's not the dude. He had nothing to do with it. He said that the dude spit in his face or something. I don't know. But he just went and I don't know what's going on. LOB, he love your brothers. He got some love for Miller. I don't know what happened. But that wasn't he wasn't the guy that the dude put his finger in his face. It was the other dude, Miller, that Chauncey Gardner put his hand in his face, man. So he didn't have nothing to do with it. And then so you see the play, he ain't got nothing. It's the next play, then he come and like, what's up, man? I'm like, what's going on? What's
happening? He clowning.
He clowning. That's why I say he clowning, man.
He might be clowning, MB, but guess what? He got a set of hands on him.
I don't know. My man said he punched like a girl, man. I don't know what he is. I don't know.
It ain't look like it to me. You can say what you want to.
He scratched him. He missed him, Klew. He glazed him. And I'm like, what is he doing? You know? Hold on. We got to see it. Let's see if we can see this. Oh, man, I don't know if we can see this. That was crazy. Oh, man. I don't know if we can see it, but it was crazy, Klew. It was just crazy. Let me see. All right. Hold on. I want to go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to see if I can get a better version, Klew.
So, yeah.
It was crazy. Huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I say it was just crazy because he ain't had nothing to do with it, you know. And then he clowning, man. That's all I say. Now he's suspended for 2 games, right? So that's 2 paychecks, right?
Right.
I mean, for what? It's crazy. Now, hopefully, maybe I remember when I was playing with the Houston Oilers, right? And we were my boy Wilbert Marshall was on our team, and that was one of my That was my dude I looked up to growing up to, man.
Yeah, that had to be your vet right now, your vet dog.
And so anyway, we're getting ready and we're playing Pittsburgh Steelers. And Wilbur, man, he was hurt. He just got paid, big contract, made it paid. But Buddy Ryan was there, got him paid, but he was hurt. So man, just didn't play. But Buddy was like, look, we was playing still. Hey, look, don't worry about no fines, don't worry about nothing. Wilbur got everybody covered. Go out there and do your thing.
Wow. Wow.
That's how they roll, man.
Hold on. So Wilbur gonna handle all that smoke. He got
to handle all the fines. He got it done. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, man, because we battling Pittsburgh, Buddy will let you know right from the beginning, man, what type of game it's gonna be, man. Let your hands start swinging, man. You know, he say he got somebody to pay the fines, man. So hopefully, I say that. Hopefully, the Miller got his back because my man had his back. LOB, he showed him a lot of love, man.
Yeah, he would have tried.
You know,
that started and ended with that old school right there. Because by the time we was coming in, boy, they laughing at you. FedEx.
Exactly.
They laughing at you, right?
You get that FedEx. Go ahead and Klew explain that to him about the FedEx.
So,
go ahead.
So what happens is when we get fined, it comes from the league office. And the league office is right there in New York City. We right across the water in New Jersey. But yet, it comes in a FedEx package. And everybody knows because everybody already was aware of what happened during the game. And when you get it, boys start yelling FedEx, because you know, of course, the FedEx envelope. Everybody, I mean, you know that from anywhere. It is sitting in your locker, in your cubicle, and so you know, and when you're walking by, you see it, you just shake your head like, "Dang, bro, they got you."
Yeah.
And listen, the NFL, they shoot first and ask questions later. What does that mean? You get fined and your check is deducted. You got to fight to get it back.
Right.
So you're already guilty. You already guilty. It's already gone. You have to fight to get your stuff back and prove to them how they wrong and you right. Good luck with that.
You sound like what good luck. What's my man Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, Arnold.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to show this play. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this done, Klew. Oh, hold on. Shoot.
Are we gonna talk about the Pittsburgh game? Because you might be able to get it back in there.
Okay.
Number one, Clemson.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Number one, Clemson came back in the second half and beat Boston College 34-28. When you look at this game, obviously, they were missing Trevor Lawrence, their guy, their all-world guy, Heisman hopeful. ETN was playing as NBA. I mean, MB already said he's the problem. Yep. So he led them to victory. However, Boston College, MB told y'all, he said it. They were not going to lay down. They were going to play up tough. He felt like Clemson would win it. But he said Boston College is going to play well. They did. They jumped out on Clemson and had Clemson by 18. Clemson chasing just, in the whole second half, had to turn the whole game around. And they were missing a couple linebackers, MB, and we didn't talk much about that. But I think that hurt.
Three defensive starters they was missing on defense. 2 linebackers and a D line.
Right. So, MB, I'm going to go right back to you. First of all, what was it about Boston College that you knew they were going to have a game like this and a game plan and play this well? And then secondly, how does Clemson come back and win the ball game?
Well, I mean, just historically, I don't know what's in the water up there in BC, man, but BC, when you're a top team and you playing them, man, they got a way of playing tough, regardless. And I probably would have went for the upset if the game was in Boston, But when I thought the game was in Carolina, I was like, okay, all right, Clemson got a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but just the way they've been playing all year, they've been strapping, they've been getting it done. You seen they've been battling. They play a simple scheme. It's not complicated. And then when I saw the last game, right, how they start establishing the running game, and their quarterback is really good player. He makes good decisions and whatnot, you know. But once they started establishing the run, I was like, "Ooh, they got something here now." They're starting to get better and better every time they play, you know. And that's the thing I saw. So just from that, like I said, the fact they started establishing the run, get more of a balance of offense. And obviously, when you start establishing the run, it open things up even more offensively. And so I was not surprised. Now, one thing, obviously, that you said, how did they Clemson came back, man?
Right.
Just, I mean, we talked about he was a problem. Travis Etienne, I mean, he's a grown man out there getting it done, you know. I mean, had over 200 something yards of total yards from scrimmage. All right, scoring touchdown, man, and they did a great job of feeding them. And the thing I like about the quarterback, Klew, is that the game kept going on. I mean, he got more settled and more confident. Like, man, it's a reason why this dude was the #1 dropback quarterback in the nation and USA Today Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, this guy, man, he was comfortable with his reads. The offensive coordinator, he got him comfortable with couple of bubble passes, short distance passes, obviously passes to Travis out the backfield. They went empty stuff. They used him very well, man, and he got comfortable. And you could tell, like, man, they started fighting in that defense, even though we mentioned they lost 3 starters was absent. Man, they would start making plays. They start balling, trying to get stuff done. And that fight, man, the heart of a champion, you can't ever underestimate that. And Clemson is definitely a champion. They got a champion attitude, and they built a champion culture. So next man up, and you saw it, man. It was definitely a testament to how well they played, as far as the heart they have as a team and getting it done.
Now, I think the quarterback went for like 340 something or
360. Yeah, he had 342 yards.
40, yeah.
He had 6 carries for 25 yards and 1 touch. Right. So he hurt him on a zone read game, you know. And then you had another receiver that stepped up too. Number, I think 17, Powell had 11 catches for 105. So they were despite everyone else doing their thing, you know.
And for me, and I'll ask you this question, but I'll go ahead and answer it myself. For me, this is a big win for Clemson because it's like not only, you know, did we beat a tough team that we knew would play us tough, but we beat them without our best player. And so we know that we're really good and we're good enough to beat them without our best player and come back. You know, where you can lay down and fold it and say, you know what, Trevor ain't in the room, man. We gonna lose this. NCAA college football committee will look at this and say Trevor was with us, so we still good. They didn't do that. They banded together with losses on offense, losses on defense, and made plays down the stretch. You know, Venables again. Send in the house, MB. He sent the house.
Yeah.
Made some opportune type defensive plays. So, to me, how do you think Clemson confidence? Is it good or is it bad? You know, I answered it. I think it's good because of those circumstances. What do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, anytime you get a freshman quarterback that throw for over 342 yards, right? And have a command of the offense. And he didn't have the happy feet. He was out there like, boom, he know where to go with the ball. Like he was getting that ball out. He was making great decisions. He was comfortable in the pocket. Then you know he could run. I mean, Clemson, like, man, which is surprising. I mean, Clemson, like, not only at, you think other positions they're going to reload, but at quarterback, you think, man, it's going to be a drop-off. But for that game against that type of defense and that atmosphere, man, that dude came ready to play, man. And,
wow.
And he did. You're right. That was a big confident boost. And it seemed to me like I saw a little interviews he does and all this stuff. That kid seemed like he's got a lot of confidence as well. So, I mean, all he needs is opportunity, but they got it done, man. And obviously, man, Travis Etienne, just the support and other guys stepping around, protection, helping them out, whatnot, getting it done. It was a total team effort, man. you know.
Yeah. So Notre Dame comes in, and I would look at Notre Dame and say, guess what? They're the class of the ACC now. You look at them, you look at Clemson. Notre Dame goes out and handles their business against Georgia Tech, beats them to sleep, 31-13, MB.
Now, when you say the class of the ACC, kind of dig in that a little bit more. What do you mean by the class of the ACC?
I think if you look at them throughout the course of the year, they've played the best in the ACC. And I know Clemson has had explosive games, but Notre Dame has been super consistent throughout the entire year. And, you look at them, and again, MB, I made this comment pregame when we had our show on Friday. I said, man, Notre Dame balling, we don't even know any of these guys. The defense, by this point, when Notre Dame had the best defense in their history of defenses, when they went to got beat to sleep by Alabama in the championship game, they're giving up 39 points at this point. Well, guess what? This defense is giving up 49, like 10 more points. And we knew guys from their defense. Their defense was the stars of the show. They also had great quarterbacking. This quarterback is not a flashy guy. They got a good running back, but he's not great. They got another freshman. They got some running backs that's starting to step up, But go ahead. Right, but all I'm saying is when we look at Clemson, we can start naming names. Even Carolina, who dropped another game, we can name names. We can look at Miami and name names, MB. But I look at Notre Dame, and you got to go out there and put together a game plan to beat a team on both sides of the football. You have to beat a team, and that's why I'm calling them the class of the ACC.
Yeah, I ain't ready to crown them just the class of ACC.
I ain't crowning them. I'm just saying they're looking the best right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I agree with you defensively. I think they're doing good. They take a team, Louisville, who's got a high explosive offense, and they end up winning that game 12-7. But I don't know. I don't know. I think right now, obviously, you drunk the Kool-Aid that Chip Kelly drunk, because he's like, man, I ain't talking week by week no more. I'm looking ahead. He's ready to see what he got. So I think
they gave him another extension, so he supposed to talk like that.
Yeah. So for me, offensively, right, I'm a little concerned about the quarterback. But one thing about him is that they're not just dependent on him to win the game. They consistently got a balanced attack. And then you talked about the running back and leading the charges, Williams, who had last game had 15 carries for 76 yards, 2 touches. But they have maybe 3-headed monster at running back, getting that thing going, good, solid offensive line. But you know what? I mean, the sad thing about it is that you would like to see Clemson at its full potential, with Trevor Lawrence being there. But in the see if Notre Dame is clearly ready, right?
Right.
But I still think if this freshman and the game is at Notre Dame, so that home field advantage, and I know what it's like to play up there. We took an L up there. They somehow, some way, they get it done when they're at home, But I don't know. I think Clemson is still the class. I think Clemson is definitely still the standard. And Notre Dame, I want to see how they handle the speed of Clemson, and now Clemson got guys now around them starting to step up. You got defensive backs who how you talked about, once they pick up the pressure, can they win the 50-50 ball? And that's one Notre Dame that when you look at their games, that's how they're winning. Their receivers, a lot of times, that dude is just throwing it up, and those receivers are winning a 50-50 ball. So definitely, man, looking forward to that. But it's definitely a game that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm still, even though it's a home game for Notre Dame, even though Trevor Lawrence is out, and even though I know to stop Clemson, you got to stop Travis Etienne, which is hard to say. It's hard to do. Easy to say, but hard to do. It's going to be a great game. I got to think more about it, I know how you are with picking teams, so I got to think more about that, man.
Well, look, just listen. Wake Forest beat Syracuse 38-14. The Qs went down, man. MB was going with Wake. He felt like Wake would turn it on. They did. Virginia Tech beats Louisville. Again, MB, I say it every week. You can never pick Louisville, man. You don't know who's going to show up.
I know you don't.
It's a coin toss every game, man. They got to do a better job of selling those guys down and demanding consistency out of that group, MB.
Just very talented on no defense. Yeah, you ain't got no defense. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see what time it is, baby.
Yeah, I see you got your I see you got your Duke shirt on. Duke must won, huh?
I told you, boy. I told you. Drop it, give him 50. Drop it, give him 50. That's what we did. We gave him 53-19, baby.
Who y'all play, Klew?
Listen, we need to play sharp. I told y'all Miami Northwestern this week. Come with it.
Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want that.
Listen, we don't want all that trouble, man. Go and give us Miami Northwestern. Let us get our third win. We'll swing back and play. Hey, look, somebody, all them Texas schools, we'll play one of them little Texas schools. They got 125 schools in Texas. Remember that first week, MB, when none of the Power Five was playing, and it was like 10 Texas schools playing?
Yeah,
We're like, God, how many colleges are in the state of Texas?
Yeah, they're getting it done.
So, just wanted to throw that out there. Listen, upsets of the week. UVA upsets number 15 UNC. That's a done data, a done deal for Mac Brown and his boys. And it's piss poor, man. And that's what I got to say about them, man, and their season. Their season is over. All they can do is play upset to do y'all got them this year, MB? They play.
Yeah, we got them the last game, and Notre Dame got them. You know,
that's all they can do, and it'll be a sad situation because they talented enough to beat Notre Dame, and that would kill the ACC if they mess around and beat Notre Dame. And it would shock me if they did. Okay?
I'm saying, I think they are, and then with Miami, we got to be ready to play them because they those boys, man, they got so much skilled position players, man. They got to get it done. But that's the thing, Klew. Like we talked early in the season, I didn't know if it was COVID because the games got canceled, never got in rhythm, or was it them just reading the press clippings? And to me, man, reading the press clippings, because if they saw what I saw with Virginia, I'm like, you can't sleep on Virginia, man, because they just do too much on offense with all the different Wildcats. You got number 98, number 99 at quarterback, all the stuff they do, man. And then their defense is going to attack you from all different angles at 3-4. And Bronco Mendenhall does an excellent job, man. So I just, man, I can't believe, man, it's with all the talent they have, man, that's a huge disappointment because they – at least something like Pitt, you could say, man, Pitt lost their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of make excuses for other teams. North Carolina State, obviously, they ain't have no high expectation, but they lost their quarterback. But they ain't lose nobody, right? They ain't got no excuse. They just not showing up and showing out. And even though Sam Howell, he finally had a breakout game, had over 400 yards throwing the ball. And then my man Brown had 11 catches for 240 yards. But, I mean, they were down 47-20, Klew, in the third quarter. You know, turned the ball over, sloppy with the ball on special teams. And then also Sam Howell turned it over in the red zone, short field for Virginia. And Virginia getting it done with, like I said, with that razzle-dazzle, three-card volley offense, man.
And when you look at Sam Howard, that's what I discussed with you. He makes poor decisions.
Yeah.
And puts the team in a hole. He's been doing this consistently.
Trying to do too much, Klew. He's just trying to do too much, man. You know.
And I explained that one play to me that epitomized him at the quarterback position all year, where they were in field goal range. All he had to do was throw the ball away.
Yeah.
By the time he finished with it, they out of field goal range and they got a punt. You cannot have that. I think the fortunate side of UNC is everybody played bad enough that all of them coming back next year, MB.
Hey, the only thing, like you're right, he did the same thing in the game against Virginia where he should have thrown it away, still trying to look down. And the things you love about him, you can hate about him because the fact he stepped up trying to make it happen, right? But you got to smart with the ball, especially at that position. You can't afford to have costly mistakes, but you're right. And then being so far behind, even though the running backs, Williams and Carter, because the game got out of reach, now you had to throw the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? So now you're taking advantage from those workhorse that they're doing. But you got to give Virginia credit, man, because even Virginia, it was 2 minutes left in the game, man. 4th and 4, Klew, they called a fake punt, and they got it. Backed up in their own area. You talking about playing with nothing to lose? You got 4th and 4, and you in your own territory, and you do a fake punt and get it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They put all their chips on the table. They was like, man, we going, it's win or bust. You know what I'm saying? How the dudes had those signs, Hollywood or New York or bust. That was their mindset heading to this game, man. They played like the menace to society, man. They getting it done, man. Congratulations for them getting that win, man.
All right, Texas upsets number 6 Oklahoma State. Finally, Texas strings together 2 victories back to back, beating Oklahoma State this week, and I think it was TCU last week, beating some rivalry teams. Remember, I told you they struggle with that. West Virginia upsets number 16 Kansas State. I don't know if that was an upset, MB. 37-10, that's a blowout. They ain't want none of that. Big 12 already left out of college football playoffs. Do you think that? I think so. I think they don't matter. I think the ACC has been dominant. I think the SEC has been dominant. I don't think the Pac-12 will matter. The Big 10 has been dominant. If your name is Ohio State, everybody else just
and Wisconsin dealing with the COVID. That's their biggest opponent.
And I think because of that, MB, you can count them out 3 weeks. That's the bad part because it's 21 days. So that's 3 weeks. That's 3 games. You cannot make up for that. I would pick a 2-loss ACC or SEC team before I go with you. That's just what I would do. No matter what happened, that's just where we are. Big 10, Michigan State beats number 13, Michigan. Listen, man, have we not felt like this? Have we not felt like the expectations for Jim Harbaugh is a 9-3, 8-4, 10-2? I mean, haven't we grown to expect that? Now I know it's COVID and all that, so that win total is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to end up with 2 losses or 3 losses, and I think that's what we anticipate from him.
Yeah, that's a bad loss, man. I mean, rival against Michigan State, and Michigan State just lost to Rutgers, but obviously we talked about this on the show. Michigan State had 7 turnovers, so you can't beat anybody when you got 7 turnovers. But man, they came ready to play, man. That's a big win for Mel Phillips. I think that's a coach name for Michigan State, man. So, hey, man, great big win, man. To win that game right there, man, that says a lot. But that's a bad loss for Michigan, man.
Well, and I love this. This is in MB words. I love this, MB. He said game of the week wasn't a game of the week. Listen, Ohio State dominates. Number 3 against number 18, 38-25. Now, when you look at that score, you say, well, dominate. MB, what are you talking about? You had to watch the game. The game was not even remotely this close. This was a really at the line of scrimmage. This was a 50-0 score. Like when you see one team push, like the first 2 plays of the game was the game. MB, as I saw it, the first play was a reverse. They run it down to maybe the 5, maybe the 10, and then the second play. The old line should have got the touchdown. They should have gave the touchdown to the officer. MB, did you see all you saw was big dudes from Penn State getting pushed into the end zone from like 7 to 10? I think they were maybe been on 7. From 7 yards out, how you end up in the end zone, MB? Yeah. What it reminded of you, I almost put in my, I ain't going to do that, but that reminded me of a guy that we played with. They used to play linebacker with us all the time. I'm like, man, just lay down, just fall. Oh, you remember who that was? A Miami guy.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, Ohio State, man. they came ready to play, man. And the thing about them is that they had question marks heading to the season from the skill position, receivers stepping up and all this stuff stepping up.
Not no more.
Man, those guys are growing up real quick, man. They're definitely reloaded and they came ready to play.
Williams.
Yes. Hey, that joker was out there making catches, man. They have once again, second week in a row, got 2 receivers over 100 yards. And then how about this name for a running back? Master T, man.
That's right.
Master T had over 100 yards.
Splitter grew up together.
Exactly. They're getting it done. And then their defense was out there eating and balling, man. So they had 5 sacks and 1 INT, man. They getting it done. The only issue they had was they missed 2 field goals. That was about it. But Justin Fields threw for 318 yards and 4 touches, man. Those boys, it was 21-6 at halftime. I mean, they were just getting it done, man. Only thing stopped them was them, you know?
Hey, listen. Justin Fields. Listen. I think Coach Day, and I think Joey Galloway, the reason why they so confident is they was looking at film of practice and watching that boy practice. Justin Fields is on another level. Now, will he win the Heisman? That's a tough one. I think Clemson's going to have to lose and probably not make it to the Final Four, which I don't see happening for him to win the Heisman. Well, but I'm going to start some controversy. But who's the number 1 pick in the draft? It's not close, y'all. It's Justin Fields. That's my assessment. I got to throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't know. That I know it's a good debate. It sounds good, right? But I don't know. I think with Lawrence, I think Justin Fields got a better chance to win the Heisman than being first pick right now.
MB, look at the first touchdown throw he made this week. He sat it down. He sat that thing. The DB couldn't have played it any better. Not a lick better. He even went through the cup, MB. But the cup moved because Justin moved the cup. Then, MB, he had a crossing route. The next drive, he had a crossing route to the tight end, MB. And you know and I know that backside corner was sitting there ready to light him up. And he sat the tight end down and made him stop and slide so the DB jumped right over him, or else he would have killed him. I said, man, Trevor Lawrence ain't throwing any balls like that. If you look at if you know you got to nitpick with Trevor, but when you do, you're gonna find out that his ball placement is still in college. Justin Fields' ball placement is in the league now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a good problem to have, but I don't know. I think with Trevor, I think it's all other stuff that is going to push him over the top. But like I said, I understand what you're saying. I totally agree with Fields. He's a great player, right? But I think he got right as of now. Things could change, but he's got a better chance of winning the Heisman. I don't think Lawrence is the front runner anymore for the Heisman.
Yeah. So who is it? It is Justin Fields, you think, or who's the front runner?
I would think it's Justin Fields.
Okay.
It was an article came out. I didn't get a chance to read it, but it was saying the article, the bold statement was Lawrence is not number 1. He's not the favorite for the Heisman. It should be Travis Etienne. That's who it should be right now.
Well, again, I think if Clemson continues to win, this is going to be a tough one for them against Notre Dame. I think they can lose against Notre Dame, though, and still end up in the Final Four. That's just
I think so too, because they'll play Notre Dame again,
right, and be full strength,
no doubt,
Hey, and knowing the way this college football season has gone, Notre Dame will have COVID by that point.
Oh Jesus, don't say that.
I mean, that's just where we're at right now, man.
Oh Lord, bless your heart.
Like they'll be short that week.
Oh Jesus,
it'll only be fair, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Oh
Lord,
man, don't
as
do it.
we
Don't
move
put
on
no
to
boot
the
on
NFL,
nobody.
what consequences will come out of these games? Hey,
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, you got hurt. Yeah.
we talked about some games, you guys. We talked about some games that was that we thought would happen. Kansas City crushed the Jets just like we thought they would.
Yeah.
It ain't happened yet. Gates done made it past Monday, MB. He made it past Monday night and Monday.
I don't wish nobody get fired, but good Lord, I don't know, because I got my boy, my linebacker coach, Greg Williams, defensive coordinator on there, man. So,
Let Greg have it. Let Greg get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he need to. I mean, he was at Cleveland when they had it. They should have hired him,
Hey, MB, but, I guarantee you'll be some accountability around there, baby.
Yeah, you calling everybody out, you calling everybody out,
Yes, sir. Hey, he gonna call you out in the paper, in the media, on stream. He gonna tweet about you.
Yep, no doubt.
So look,
but you know what? I was just thinking though, they may want to keep Gase, just the fact that tanking for Trevor, or tanking for Fields, right? Flopping for Fields, right? Or tanking for Trevor Lawrence. So they might want to just keep things as is, so they can end up making sure secure and they have the number one pick. Because if they get Greg may turn that thing around and the whole culture change over there,
Yeah, listen, now Pac Jam talked about it, MB. Pac Jam said, because I told him the same thing I said to you today on Saturday night after the games, about Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. And Pac Jam agrees with you. He said, no, but I think it'll be a situation whoever goes second gonna get the best. That's what his feeling is. He feel like Justin Fields still will be second behind, and when he says second, he's saying second quarterback. He don't care when it happens, because
right, no doubt. I understand.
Yeah, whoever goes second though gonna get the better deal. And he mentioned Deshaun Watson when he said that. Buffalo beat New England 24-21. Cam fumbled, cost them the game. It is what it is. It did happen. Will it cost him his job? I think Cam is hurt about it, and Cam believes as well that he has to play better or he don't need the job.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. And then also with New England, I mean, Belichick, he came out earlier this week, did an interview and talked about, unlike Belichick fashion, talked about some issues with the cap, lack of depth, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was talking like, man, with his pockets turned inside out, and so, I mean, right now their chances of making playoff very slim. At some point, you may want to see what you got at quarterback, with the other dude. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, So, but unlike New England fashion,
Rick, stop it, man. Heisman going to Kyle Trask. It's Kyle Trask. Gator rule, Klew, you know that. Listen, man. Who need the Heisman is Dan Mullen for all that fight he trying to do. Now, it'll be. You were talking about they clowning? How did you miss Dan Mullen? How did you miss Dan Mullen in they clowning?
He clowning, man.
Listen, Dan lied. Boldface lied to us. Dan said, they said, we saw your coaches trying to pull you away. Hey, buddy. We saw your coaches try to pull you away. And, he's like, no, I was just trying to get my players off the field. Okay, he said, I'm trying to get my guys off the field. And I say, and then you see the replay, MB. And the replay shows us, man, your coaches were trying to protect you from getting fined, from doing something silly. And you started the brawl. You started the brawl, MB. The brawl was started by your players, your staff, or anybody. You completely started that brawl, and then you tried to act like it was them.
Look at Adam. Adam say Mullen drove the clown car in the swamp to the swamp.
Listen, he sure did. He was clowning, man. That was ridiculous. And Rick, y'all shouldn't be getting behind that, man. Y'all shouldn't be getting behind that trash, man. That's some trash. And I think he's going to get fined, MB. But I think if Missouri makes a big deal about it, their staff, I think then we're gonna talk about fine and maybe even a suspension behind that, because he started what could have got even way more uglier than it really got. And they talking about possibility of 11 guys or something like that total being suspended because of that. And the guy who starts it, he got to go, MB.
Yeah. He should hold them all accountable, baby. You know.
Absolutely. Man, I don't know how we even got to that. Because we were clowning.
No, because your boy Rick, he mentioned about the
I'm sorry. Yeah, you did that, Rick. I didn't even want I wasn't even, you reminded me of that foolery. Minnesota beat Green Bay 28-22. Is Zimmer fired, Cousin possibly benched. I think this game definitely helped Mike Zimmer, but it did nothing for Cousins. Right. I think it didn't help his cause at all, because all it said was, man, we shouldn't have paid you all that money. We should have just made sure we handed this thing off to Dalvin Cook, and we shouldn't have tried him, because they played a little hard to get when he asked for his change, MB.
Right.
But Dalvin Cook, y'all just gave it up to Cousins. But Dalvin Cook said, look, show me some love. And y'all was like, man, you didn't like Adrian Peterson, man. We had AP back here. You ain't, shoot, bro. I think we figured out who needed that money. So I think Cousins on the chopping block. I don't think that helps his cause. I think it helped Dalvin, and I think it helped Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, I mean, that was the question heading to the game. If they lost it, was Zimmer going to get fined? Obviously, with that win, man, that definitely keep cool, not put a little ice on his seat, But then it just show you, man, what they can do, that they, like I said, they're the one that, they have some injuries at corners and stuff, especially heading to the game and the defensive line, and they just traded defensive line, but they still got enough talent to win. They got some Pro Bowl players over there. And like you say, Dalvin Cook, man, getting it done, he leading the charge, but they got to get it going, and Cousin got to get better play at him, because unfortunately they just redid Cousin deal this year. So they're married to Cousin right now, and they can't divorce him right now because they got some cap issues,
Yeah. Philly beat the Cowboys. I don't even know if you can call that 23-9 and take the NFC East lead. Listen, how you win a game at quarterback? Carson Wentz, man. Listen, he won this game in one of our situations where if he had lost this game, he still lost, MB. He still lost this game, man. It's going to go down as a W, but he lost. 4 turnovers, MB, against Dallas. Man, my brother made up a meme or something he put on Facebook. I do not know how to, man, I should have figured out how to get it on here. But he had Jerry Jones in a Cowboy jerseys, and like, LB, he like, well, hell, I might as well go in the game. Like, I can't. Hey, I do better than that trash. I
do. hey, your boy Rick was saying that Mullen already got fined $25,000.
Man, he need to be suspended for that. That's not enough for me. Not saying they need to take a penny more. I'm just saying he should lose a game for that, because MB and I know, man, them some big old strong guys, y'all. And we never really want to take it there, because you never know what could come out of it. Like, it's some big old strong guys, all y'all big, all y'all strong. And when you lose your cool, anything can happen. That dude started that, MB. Right. He started it. Now, was it a cheap shot? Yes. Should it have been, called and all that? Questionable. Yeah, let me say yeah. But that can't be your response to it, where you attacking another team's players.
Right.
That was a Pop Warner move, MB.
You said a Pop Warner move?
It just, think about when we see that stuff, where the Pop Warner coach from the other team run over there because his son playing quarterback, and the kid clotheslines him or something, he out there slamming the other kid.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like to me.
Yeah. You may be right. I like that. Pop Warner move. Oh man.
So Miami beats the Rams, man. Tour begins. The tour era begins, baby. Beats a really good Rams defense, 28-17, throws a touchdown, MB.
Yeah, that's about all he did. That was well. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I mean,
Miami.
no, I'm just. I mean, and I at first I was trying to say why they put him in there, you know, but I later read that it was they had a bye, so this obviously if they was going to make a move is probably the best time to make the move is doing the bye. But I mean, from his standpoint, really his defense and special team that won the game, creating turnovers and stuff like that. I mean, obviously I'm happy for the kid because all that he did to put himself in that position, you know. But from his pro debut, 12 for 22, 93 yards passing, right? 4.3. Yeah, 1 touchdown, you know, quarterback ranking of 80, you know, QBR 25, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
so
that's terrible. Put that boy back on the shelf, man.
So, but what I'm saying,
back, baby, brain fits back.
Yeah. So the thing is, so one thing I was reading because I was trying, like I said, trying to figure out, well, why they playing him, and somebody brought up the point about they need to make sure they know what they got in him, because if they end up losing or whatnot, they may, you know, they may have to pull an Arizona and draft another quarterback. You know, how Arizona did it with Rosen and end up drafting, you know, so
right behind.
Yeah. So I heard that was mentioned. I don't know how true that are, but you know, they had an unidentified source said that was the reason. So who knows? But yeah, I mean, his thing, man. You know, you cheer for a kid like that, especially him being a Christian as well, and had a serious injury like LT said he had the same kind, and how bad, and that ended his career. You know, so but you want the kid to do well. But the verdict is still not out yet. I mean, going against a tough Ram defense, see who they got next, and just continue to watch them. But don't get it twisted. It was defense and special teams that allowed them to win that game. You know.
Well, game of the week in the division, lead at stake. Pitt dominates Baltimore, 28-24. Hey, listen, and that's a domination in that series, baby. You win by 3 or more, you done blew them out.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a blowout, LB.
No doubt. And the thing, and I was so tempted, huh?
Pac Jam called me in the middle of the game. I mean, and he say, "Man, is this the only 2 teams the NFL let still play football? They out there getting it." He loved every ounce of it. It's like, is this the only 2 games that are allowed to play physical, old school physical NFL football? LB, I say, yeah, man. Both ownerships, they wrote to the the league officers and say, listen, man, the weeks we play, all that foolishness y'all do, throw that out the window. We'll pick that up after we finish that game. I went on ahead and fed into it, MB.
I mean, we talked about it they Pittsburgh defense. I mean, they pick 6, right? Harassing Lamar. Man, getting it done. And it's a big win for him. It's a classic battle, you know, with 25 meeting of Tomlin and Harbaugh coaches and stuff. And this always been a great battle, you know, defense against defense. And the thing I'm proud of, and even though his stats didn't show, but I almost put him on he's a problem, was Rosenberg. Big Ben, man. He didn't turn the ball over. He protected the ball, you know? Yeah. And that's a win, man, just in itself, with him not trying to do too much and forcing the issue. So for me, man, for Pittsburgh, that's a great win for them to come out on top, man, beating a good Baltimore defense. And then the other tragic thing is Baltimore lost their left tackle, just got paid, Stanley, man. So hopefully prayers go out to him, because they got some shuffling on our offensive line, man, with him being hurt. And they already had some previous injuries as well, you know?
Great assessment. Tennessee takes the cheese. This was our trap alert, y'all. This is the game I was concerned about.
Yep.
Travel alert. I said when I was looking through the schedule, I said it. I thought about LB. I said it's the travel alert right here. Boy, we got this. We gonna be back home to be able to go to the club, baby.
Yep.
You know that. Hey, that 1 o'clock game, baby. You back at the crib. You ready to go do your thing at nighttime. So they had that already made plans. They had also made plans being off on Monday and Tuesday, be back Wednesday. They had to set that thing up, MB. And they took the cheese and lost 31-20. Tennessee.
Yeah, and I took the cheese too, because I was thinking, like, man, because they like to run the ball and whatnot, you got the workhorse, they're gonna get it done. But man, they didn't show up, man. I mean, they didn't show up at all, man. Joe Burrow's getting it done. I mean, Henry had 112 yards, but man, keep feeding them, man. Take the pressure off. But yeah, it's definitely. I was like, Klew was right. They definitely took the cheese, man. You know.
I may have been right on that, but I was wrong going against the grain. Golly,
you almost had it, baby.
Hey, LB, I'm gonna see if you remember this. Hey, New Orleans squads by the Bears in overtime, 26-23. You remember that?
Say what? Say it again.
New Orleans squads by the Bears.
I don't remember that. What's that?
Hey, I can do this because he'll shout us out and we love him anyway. E-Mac. We in the meet.
Oh,
E-Mac, baby. I just went back on you. So we used to call it squeeze. So you squeeze the receiver to the next zone guy. You know, you don't just let him pass through your zone. You kind of shuffle a little bit and squeeze down. And dude went through I think it was like Reggie guy. And Fox was like, what happened? You know, you're supposed to squeeze down. And E-Mac said he squazzed it. Boy, you know us rolling. You know me, MB. You know I'm laughing. Like I could have got thrown out of many means because I'm gonna laugh. He squazzed it. I was like, what he squazzed it.
He's mad.
And Foxy knew what he said after we was laughing. He was laughing. He say, huh, E-Mac, what'd he do? Foxy, you heard me. He squazzed it.
Oh, bless his heart.
Baby. We just kept riding. He squazzed it.
Bless his heart.
So that's the past tense for squeeze, squazzed.
Yeah.
That's why, but you didn't catch it, LB. I had to take it.
No, I missed it. You be on top of that. So, one thing I did miss was what Adam said. Since he got a quarterback, Joe Burrows is definitely a good dude, man. You know. Right. Now, Adam, I don't know if that's the best division right now from top to bottom. I don't.
What?
You think that's the best
division is? We said at the beginning of the season, and it still has played out that way. The NFC West is a dog fight.
Exactly. That's what I think is the best.
From top to bottom, anybody can lose over there.
Exactly. You see that thing is wide open, man. You know?
All right, in conclusion, it's Monday night. It's Tom Brady time at the New York Giants, baby. Going against the grain again. Tampa Bay and no, Tampa Bay gonna take care of this. And we gonna get a chance to see AB tonight, ain't we, MB? MB, early on in the conversation, I think it was Steve say, hey, the Giants on tonight. We need 58 back in there.
I heard him say that. I ain't even click on it. I ignored it. Right.
58, we might need you now.
No, they need more than me. Good Lord, they need a whole lot of people. They need Lawrence Taylor. They need some. They need Strahan. They need Armstead. They need Kevin Lewis. They need everybody. They need
love. LL. They need love.
Right. They need some ballers, man. They playing hard. They ain't got it. The cover is bare, man. You know.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's a whole nother conversation. But you can thank Dave Gettleman for that, man. I'm sorry. This thing been in the making since he came there. He went to sending boys away.
Crazy. I don't know.
Getting rid of boys left or right. Time he walked in the building. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. And it sounds good till you start dropping L's.
Right, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell you this one dude. I gotta show this thing. This one dude gotta go right here, Klew. Let me see if I can share it. Okay, here you go. This is this dude here. Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It's not even playing.
Oh, it's not even playing?
Okay, now it just popped on. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh.
There it is. Oh, he missed. Oh, he got him that second one. Listen, MB, that second one, if his helmet wasn't on, boy, that was a night. You ever seen him go night?
Yep. That's crazy. But he ain't got nothing to do with it. He just snuck up on the dude, man. Like he owed him some money or something. Like, yo, man, you owe me my money. Give my money, you know?
Talking about he ate like a girl, whatever. Nobody ain't say that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But anyway, go ahead, Klew.
Well, man, we appreciate y'all for stopping through, hollering at us, pulling up. Listen, hollering at us, you know us. We love y'all. Appreciate the comments, the commentary, man. We always enjoy doing this with y'all, man. As a group, ballers, you in the building. MB.
He said, "Oh, well, man, we need the multiple camera." Oh, yeah, that's what Adam said. I'm just reading. Yeah, what's up, Steve? Appreciate you guys, man, coming on, man. Thanks so much, man, for the support, man. Appreciate you, Klew.
Yes, sir, and we'll see you guys on Friday from Sideline to Baseline with MB and Klew. We are gone.
Y'all have a good one now.